Greetings, ladies and gentlefish, and welcome to another World of Tanks subscriber replay video thingy. We're going to have a look at a machine in this video that I haven't showcased yet. It's a relatively recent addition to the game, and for a little bit of controversy is the wrong word, but it seems to actually be a tier 8 medium tank that doesn't suck, which is quite a statement. So both of these replays are going to be courtesy of Panzi here. So we're in the Progetto 46. This is of course the tier 8 Italian auto-reloading premium medium tank, complete with this little bullhorns on the side. So we're here on Fisherman's Bay, and Panzi is up on the mid-ridge trying to get spots on people, and I would not be surprised if subsequently trying to get some damage on people. 1, 2, and he decides not to connect the third shell. So the auto-reloading mechanic, for anyone who doesn't know by the way, is kind of a halfway house between an auto-loader and a single-shot gun. So you can see here that Panzi does have a magazine, but that it is continually loading. Essentially, each shell in the magazine takes an ever-increasing amount of time to load into the magazine. But you can... So what this means in practice is that you can use this as a single shotgun, or you can use this as an auto-loader, or sort of some weird combination of the two. Now if you use this thing as a single shotgun, what you find is that the DPM is worse than a comparable single shotgun without the auto-loading side of it. And if you use it as just a flat-out 3-round auto-loader, you'll notice the DPM is worse than a conventional comparable autoloader. What you're paying for is the flexibility of using one thing or another depending on the situation. What a lot of people seem to go for is, if in doubt, firing 2 rounds from this gun, and not firing the third is not a bad idea. That seems to be a pretty good compromise between damage done at that time and DPM, and you can see indeed that's actually what Panzi does there. He's currently done 1600 damage, by the way, for anyone who's keeping track. So the armour on this tank is woeful, and there's a shot into the rear of that WZ, but Panzi does eat an artillery shell. Thankfully not a direct hit, but it is what it is. And he is just hanging around here in this middle area, which is actually a nice area to come to, and really someone needs to do it. 1, 2... he can't quite finish the guy off, so, you know, that's fine. If he was in a conventional autoloader, he'd now be in the frustrating situation that he had to reload still with a shell in the mag, or find somewhere to dump that shell. In an auto-reloader, not so much. His shells are continually loading, so he doesn't have to worry about that in the same way. He's up to 2.3k damage done, by the way. People playing this tank do seem to be doing very well in it. So, yeah, I haven't played it myself, so I can't really give you my proper opinion on it, but people seem to be doing well in it. Panzi eats a shell from that SU and fails to penetrate that one into its lower front plate, which is a little bit unfortunate. What's the penetration on this gun? 212? It often is. Yeah, 212 with 240 alpha. It's a 90mm gun. Okay, so just reloading, and there we go. Panzi's mag is fully loaded. All 3 shells are ready to go. The ammunition count on this tank also seems to be maybe a little lower than it is in some other similar tier 8 medium tanks, but never mind. Trying to find that SU, but no real joy there. Friendly team is winning 6-5. And of course this is a tier 8 match, so Panzi has been top tier, which is nice. Hello Mr. WZ, nope, no joy there. But the second one finds him, and then Panzi just reloads, but he does take a shot from a T-43 on the enemy team. Although at this point Panzi has done basically 2.7k damage, picked up a kill, and still has almost 1,000 hit points left. So far things have gone fairly well, I think you would have to say. This will be a pretty decent game in a tier 8 tank, even if Panzi were to explode right now. He's not going to explode right now, I'd like to point out. But even if he were, this would still be a pretty respectable game. Hello, Mr. T-43. Yeah. Eat that. Ooh. SU. That's a bit brave. 1, 2 actually bounces, because of course it does. 3 actually goes into the tracks, because of course it does. And now Panzi is sat here reloading, and no one else has really taken much advantage of this guy being tracked at in the open. Pansy eats a shot from the T-43, but he is able, thankfully, to pick up the kill on that guy, although he does do it with that first shell in his mag, or third shell, depending on how you want to look at it. Basically, he doesn't have any more shots, so he has to reload the whole damn magazine. Oh, hello, Mr. MT25. Goodbye, Mr. MT25. Scoreline is 10-8. Hello, Mr. T-43. Now, this is a slightly dicey position in as much as we don't know exactly where that Lorraine is. Oh, the Lorraine is still in the town. Okay, that's not too bad. Pansy auto-loads it. Auto-loads? Auto-aims him and then makes a bit of a fluff of the shot. Last shell into the guy's bum. I would have been tempted to wait until at least 2 shells were loaded because Pansy can't kill this guy, or couldn't kill this guy with 1 shell, whereas with 2 he could. As it is though, he does manage to pick the kill up on the guy in the end, but does take another hit from the T-43 in the process. No, I think the guy flubbed that shot or something. He's taken a couple of hits from the T-43. Only the 2 though. So he didn't take another one. Hurrah! Gets a little lucky. So, Lorraine 40T in the town. I must admit I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know how much health this Lorraine has. So this will be interesting. In a straight up fight between the 2, the Lorraine of course has higher clip damage, but the Lorraine also has to work with a full magazine. He is a conventional auto-loading tank. So a little bit less flexibility in that regard than Pansy, but he does mount a 1mm gun, so swings and roundabouts, and actually the guy is only a 1 shot, so Pansy just swoops in, makes kill number 5, loads the shell back in, and he's ready to go against the artillery and this VK. Now it's unlikely that the artillery is going to kill Pansy in 1 shot. That would really require a HE penetration, which, although the armor on this tank is pretty poor, I would be surprised by. And the VK actually kills the friendly WZ. So the scorelines are 13-12. This is not a foregone conclusion, but you would like to think the game is very firmly in Pansy's favour. In a straight-up fight between a Progetto and a VK, I would put money on the Progetto by a large margin. You know, I mean, it's a tier 8 versus a tier 6. So 1, 2, picks up the kill on the GW Tiger P, and then loads in those shells once more, and he's going to go and see if he can find VK. The VK is unfortunately the other side of a ridgeline, and the artillery just slapped him, and the Challenger's probably just going to go in and pick up the kill. He's got the hit points to take a hit if necessary. And is the Challenger firing HE? Was that 15 damage, a HE round from the Challenger? And if so, why? Oh yeah, Pansy says in chat, really? HE? You sure? Anyway, the Challenger does in the end pick up a kill there, and that is the game. The friendly team are in the end able to pull out a win. So let's have a look at the post-game stats for this. So perhaps the most surprising thing about this game, or the most telling thing about this game, was that that was only a first-class mastery for Pansy. It was not an ace, which was a little surprising to me. Then again, I think when Pansy was playing this, the tank hadn't been out that long, so there was kind of a rush of people playing the thing. Anyway, first-class mastery, Bruiser, Duelist, 5 for effect, Top Gun, and a high caliber medal. 4,264 damage done. 6 kills, 1,363 base experience. So one might think to oneself, if 1363 XP is not enough for an ace, what the hell do you have to do to ace this damn thing? 28 shots fired, 24 hits, 21 pens for that damage count, most of which was from reasonably close range. 3 hits received, none of them bounced or anything, the armour did nothing. 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 9 damage, 6 destroyed, a little bit of assistance damage in the bargain, and with a premium account that was a 103,000 credit profit. I mean, it is a tier 8 premium at the end of the day. So a nice game, but a little surprising, or perhaps disappointing, I don't know how you want to look at it, that was not an ace tanker. One more replay to come, also from Pansy, also in the Progetto. Can he one-up himself? Here we go, we rejoin Pansy once more, this time in a tier 10 match on Reupload. So, as Pansy is at the bottom of the feeding pool this time, it might actually be relatively difficult for him to undergo the presumably painful process of one-upping himself. Because my choice of phrasing is amazing. Anyway, here we go. This is my second time recording this, my apologies. So, yeah, I hope I won't think I've said something that I haven't said because I said it on the previous recording. That anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. He's here on Reupload, that's the important point. And we're going to see if Pansy can actually pick up an ace in this game. It must have been relatively close in the last game. I mean, first class, over 1300 base XP, which is normally enough for an ace in a lot of tanks. But anyway, we'll see. We shall see. So this is an encounter game here on Reupload, and straight off the bat, Pansy spots out an E75. Doesn't try and shoot the E75, but someone else does, so Pansy picks up a little bit of assistance there, which is always nice. And enter player 1. The Centurion decides that a tier 8 medium tank going up against a tier 9 and tier 10 tank destroyer at the end of a road is a great idea. To be fair to him, he probably doesn't know the Griller or the tier 9 waffle thrower are there, but, well, I mean, it's fairly common to find a tank destroyer or two lurking at the end of that road, so, yeah, mistakes appear to have been made. And Pansy's actually able to pick up the kill on that guy. He lasted a long time, didn't he? It's a shame, because the Centurion's actually well, I quite like it as a tank. But, c'est la vie, never mind. So that's Pansy's first kill, and he's up to 460 damage, and ready player 2! The guard now decides that this worked out so well for the Centurion, so he's gonna never mind. He's dead. Oh well. That's a shame, isn't it? So the friendly team is 3-0 up, thanks in no small part to a couple of tier 8 medium tanks who rather overestimated their ability. I don't know, they were quite ambitious. One shot into the IS-3. Can Pansy pick up any more? I think he's waiting for that shell to load. No, yeah, he was, and go for the blind shots, but the artillery has already picked up the game on AS Game. It picked up the kill on AS Gaming there in the IS-3. There's now a 25 TAP, and artillery has been spotted. Ooh, alert, 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 alert. And Pansy is waiting to load in. Oh, 2 shots should be enough, but Pansy goes for the kill on the guy and is rewarded with, well, the kill on the guy. So now he just needs to reload his ammunition, and that is 1 artillery down, which is always nice because this thing does not have much ammo, so it does not take artillery well. Now Pansy's waiting to load shells into his magazine here, which is why he's not pulling the trigger. If he unloads the shells as soon as they're loaded, his DPM becomes utter trash. So he's just waiting to get shells into the magazine, and then he is going to see if he can unload them into someone's face. Now the really interesting thing about this tank is because you can kind of switch between single shot and auto loader here, you can, if you're in an engagement with someone who you can't clip to death, you can just sort of be in a single shotgun to start off with, as Pansy's doing here, and then once you've reduced the guy to clip levels, you can just open up on him. So Pansy takes 1 shot here from the Indian Panzer, and then kills the Indian Panzer. There we go. He does eat 1 shot from the Indian Panzer and 1 from the Batchat 25 TAP. God, that name's a mouthful. But, meh, never mind. Can Pansy pick up the kill on this Batchat? Nope. Oh well, it's all good. So those 2 guys are dead, and Pansy pushes forwards. There's probably going to be a tank destroyer over in the background, and there might be the other artillery piece over here, or he might be over closer to the town. Time will tell, I guess. Well, time told for the tank destroyer. There is the tier 9 Stalitzwang. Pansy trying to get around the side of this guy, and then he takes an artillery shell. So he puts 1 shot into this Stalitzwang, hopefully takes the guy's track out. With any luck, someone else can finish him off. And then looking for the enemy artillery. Where are you? There you are. 1 and a 2 and a 3. There we go. Kill on that artillery piece, and Pansy's up to 4 kills. Stalitzwang also died, netting him a little bit more assistance damage into the bargain. And now we flank around with the express intention of trying to shank everybody from behind. That would be quite nice, please, and thank you. So, 2 shells in the magazine, waiting for this 3rd, and nah, the E75 has kind of turned his tank. Pansy went for a shot there. It was unlikely to penetrate, but I guess it was worth a go, and the T-32 just gets deleted by the friendly Griller. Pansy decides to come around to this side of the map, as that way hopefully he should be able to catch all of these people in the bum, which would be nice. T10 there is a one-shot for anyone who really cares to sneeze on him. The Foch, E100, E75, they have a bit more health between them. But the T10 is definitely relatively weak, and actually appears to be trying some sort of flanking manoeuvre himself. Now I should point out this game is not all sewn up. They have just killed the friendly Object 257, and whilst there are 2 tier 10s left on the friendly team and 2 tier 10s left on the enemy team, one of them on the friendly team is artillery, and the other one is a weakly armoured tank destroyer, and on the enemy team we've got a Foch 155 and an E100, so yeah, bear that in mind. Speaking of that E100, hopefully he's not looking this way. Oh, he appears to be driving this way, so make of that what you will. Now, the Grilla could kill that guy in one shot, actually, which might be quite handy. But the E100 is still alive for now, which means Pansy may have to deal with him. Ho, ho, ho. Green Giant. Foch is on very low health and is potentially looking this way, is probably looking this way. But actually gets Object 261, which is nice. E100, oh, and the T10 are both over there, so we're going to have to be a little careful here. T10 is poking his bum out, and there we go, his bum gets penetrated. Lovely. So we've just got this E100 and the E75. Now, E75 is pushing on the Jagdpanzer 2, and the E100 is giving Pansy nice shots into his side armour, and Pansy can keep the guy trapped. And there we go. One more shell will be able to kill this E100. Come on. The Grilla must have flubbed his shell, because, yeah, well, he's coming around the back. But, is he even taking a shot at this guy? I don't know. E100's going to have to sort of turn his turrets to deal with this, and Pansy sneaks one in. Actually, looks like he snuck an APCR one in there to the side of the turret on the E100. Not a terrible idea. And Pansy has now switched to APCR here, just to make sure. The thing is, you can't switch shell types in your magazine. If you're going to switch shell types, you reload the entire mag, which is a little awkward. And the friendly Jagdpanzer 2 actually goes down to the E75. So there's a Grilla and Pansy here, both closing in on this E75. Artillery gets a hit in. And then Pansy just goes 1, which bounces, and a 2, which doesn't bounce, and a 3, which doesn't bounce. Could have done that with armor piercing, but it's all good. And that is the kill and the game. So, once again, let's go and have a look at the post-battle stats for this one. Hurrah! Pansy's ace tanker there. Ace tanker, bruiser, duelist, fire for effect, Top Gun, Pascucci's medal for killing those 2 artillery, and an Oskin's medal for basically murderizing tanks whilst you are in a medium, and those tanks have to be a higher tier than you. For... Yeah, something like that. 4,111 damage, 7 kills, 1,529 base experience. So it looks like if you want an ace tanker in this thing, well, at the time when Pansy was playing anyway, you need to be closer to 1,500 base XP. Shout out should also go to the friendly Grilla, I guess, as he managed over 7,000 damage. Now, technically that is less damage than Pansy did in the previous game, but do remember he was mainly shooting bigger, badder tanks, so that's going to help with the XP. Commiserations to the enemy E75, E100 and Foch. They all managed over 3,000 damage, but, well, sucks to be them, I guess. What else can I say? 27 shots fired, 25 hits, 21 pens for that damage count. Most of it again was from fairly close range. Once again, Pansy's armour did nothing. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 9 damage, 7 destroyed, 538 assistance damage, and even though in that game Pansy fired a little bit of premium ammunition, he had a personal reserve running at the time and actually made a 133,000 credit profit, close as damn it. And a reasonable amount of experience into the bargain, especially when you consider that wasn't his daily double or anything along those lines. So there we go, a couple of games in the Progetto 46 for you there, Tier 8 Premium Italian medium tank. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to submit any replays to me yourself, going to have to slightly change how we do it because YouTube in their infinite wisdom removed the messaging functionality from their website. So still upload your replays to whatreplays.com. Yes, I want all of your replays. Oh, good lord. Upload your replays to whatreplays.com, and then if you jump on the Discord server and send me or put the link in there, there is a specific channel on the Discord server for it, and I will put a link to the Discord server in the description of this video for anyone who does not have it yet. So that's an easier way of getting the replays to me now, because YouTube is great. Rock and roll, go figure. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, by all means feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel. And as ever, I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao, ciao.